Here's an extra note to our recent LinkedIn coverage. Thanks to LinkedIn expert Linaire Johnston for her always brilliant updates and insights. I'm Marketing Millie. Thank you for checking out the Marketing Mirror. Stay tuned to discover profile power and 3 content musts to fire up LinkedIn.
The highest leverage single action that you can do, and this is looking at some notes too from my friend Linaire, who is a LinkedIn expert, that the single action she suggests that you can do, the highest leverage single action, is to look at your LinkedIn profile and to leverage the profile. Because the most common mistake she says that leaders make on LinkedIn is treating their profile sort of just as a mere CV. So, just showing credentials or roles or qualifications and putting their strategic energy into their content, but not taking a strategic standpoint from the perspective of your profile.
Oh, absolutely. I take the time and effort to build a profile that shows who you are. Tell people what you're doing while you're there. Don't make people search and find things because they won't. You have a few seconds to capture someone's attention. So when they come to your profile, they need to immediately know who you are and what you're doing.
The algorithm also does not know which topic to file your posts under if you're not clear in what you set up as the foundation through your profile. She says everything's built on that. And she's saying that if you're looking for AI to be able to interpret it, the single most important field in your profile is your headline. That's what's read first and is weighted most heavily when LinkedIn classifies, has their classification system of where you belong.
And that's another reason why you should not just put a title. I see so many people putting their titles as their headline on LinkedIn. There's so much more opportunity for your headline. It's important for people searching for you. So Vice President of Sales isn't really helpful.
But also the About section is another place where you can build your narrative authority. And then she said that the Experience section is where most profiles lose an opportunity completely because they just list roles and responsibilities, which tells, a stranger very little about the level at which you operate. And what builds authority is the story of what you built, what changed because of your involvement, or what that required you that no one else could deliver. So she says kind of try to overcome titles and dig deeper into showing, what you did to move the needle. Are you using your featured section? For the longest time, I didn't even know to use my featured section.
Yes, I think that's a pretty big section today. I think people look at that. You can do so much with that. I was actually just updating mine and a client yesterday. So take the time to see what you are showcasing to people visiting your profile.
I really love that she breaks it down to this. Content, she says, is a 3-part system. Look, so your content isn't the whole game. The old model assumed that good content posted consistently would build visibility, which is some of our assumption too in today's topic. But she said that assumption was largely correct when LinkedIn was a relationship graph and when reach was driven by connection networks. But it's not that way anymore, right? It's in the current environment, content's only one part of a 3-part system. The other parts are that your authority is now built through the combination of profile positioning, the content and the voice of your content, and participation and engagement on the platform. And, we have talked before about how important content marketing can be, right?
Yeah, absolutely.
You're probably realizing, as Jamie predicted in our earlier chats, LinkedIn is the social platform where you probably need to be this year. But also, tighten up your profile. Consider AI findability and how you show up, and be sure to adjust your content strategy for 3 key areas, as Linaire advises. Finally, at the Marketing Mirror, we're taking a closer look at how to best optimize LinkedIn for interest-driving content that creates business outcomes. Impactful carousels, meaningful long-form written posts, and LinkedIn's support for high-performing newsletters are all on our best of radar. Thank you again for being here, and be sure to check out Sue Ann and Jamie live on Fridays, talking about everything marketing, business, and content, in a quest for learning and sharing all of our favorite digital discoveries, experiences, and the latest trends and topics too. See you soon!